Well, hello. Thank you for joining me for another installment of Sherlock Holmes, Crimes and Punishments. That's all you have to talk when you play Sherlock Holmes games. My name is Ed, and let's see what we're doing here. We've got a new case to solve, so let's get on it. As soon as this thing does its thing. Alrighty.
The game is afoot, not a word. Into your clothes and come. I'll wait for you in the sitting room. I've just received a note from Inspector Lestrade, a letter from the suburbs. He is in need of my presence. Whenever he has asked for my assistance, it has always turned out to be entirely justified. I fancy that every one of his cases has found its way into your collection.
Yes, they all seem worthy of...
However, I regret your fatal habit of looking at everything from the point of view of a story instead of a scientific exercise.
Oh, Holmes, you...
I beg your pardon, I digress. It would be much better to examine this letter than to try to convince you.
Oh, she's always looking at us. Alrighty.
The letter is on the table, Holmes. You should take a look.
Did I just get a trophy? Oh, souvenir from my last case.
The letter is on the table, Holmes. You should take a look.
Okay. A colossal scandal. No, that's the Roman bath. The well-known and remarkable Judith Carey's appreciation. Oh, yeah. Okay, so this is just... Is there another letter?
This is where I keep my
The letter is on the table, Holmes. You should take a look.
Different letter? What letter am I looking for? Because that's not a table. Is it on my...
The letter is on the table, Holmes. You should...
My analysis table. It is useful for my work.
Holmes. Or, I mean, Watson. Which table? This one? Okay. Well, this isn't where letters go, Watson.
I can tell from Lestrade's handwriting that he was in a hurry when he wrote this letter. The Brackenstall family coat of arms.
Okay.
A wax seal with the monogram E.B.
My dear Mr. Holmes, I should be very glad of your immediate assistance in what promises to be a most remarkable case. It is something quite in your line. Except for releasing the lady, I will see that everything is kept exactly as I have found it, but I beg you not to lose an instant, as it is difficult to leave Sir Eustace there. Yours faithfully, Inspector Lestrade. Okay.
So, what is it, Holmes?
Promising, as always. It appears to be a case of murder.
Then let's go.
So you believe that Sir Eustace is dead?
I should say so. Lestrade wouldn't have sent for me for less. His writing shows considerable agitation, and he is not an emotional man. These people belong to high society. The quality of the writing paper, the E.B. monogram, their coat of arms. The crime was committed before midnight.
Holmes, how can you possibly tell?
Well, it is all thanks to Lestrade. He wrote his letter at 3:30 in the morning. Imagine the chain of events before that. The local police had to be called in. Scotland Yard was notified. Lestrade himself had to make haste there, and finally compose the letter he sent to me. All of that makes for a fair night's work.
It makes sense. Lestrade also speaks of the woman he released.
That seems to indicate that she had been held somewhere during the crime. Much time has been wasted. Let us find a cab and go to Abbey Grange immediately. I live in hope of an interesting morning.
Yeah, a lot of time was wasted just standing there talking, Holmes. All right. Let's go to Abbey Grange and check this out. Ooh, swank.
Ah, Mr. Holmes and Dr. Watson, here you are. I'm very glad that you have come, but perhaps I should not have troubled you after all.
And why is that?
Lady Brackenstall has come to her senses, and she has given so clear an account of the affair that there is not much left for us to do. You remember that Lewisham gang of burglars?
What, the three Randalls?
Exactly. The father and two sons. It's their work. They stole a silver service, which is of great value.
Sir Eustace Brackenstall is dead, then?
Yes. His head was knocked in with his own poker.
A violent act of aggression.
Yes, the poor lady. She has had a most dreadful experience. She was assaulted and tied to a chair. But I think that you would best see her and hear her account of the facts. She's in the morning room with her maid, Teresa Wright.
Where is the body of the deceased?
In the dining room. We haven't touched anything.
All right, I'm going to examine it.
Very good, Watson.
I want to examine the body first and get all the clues so that when they lie to me, I can look them in the face and say, "You are a liar."
Sir Warthen Brackenstall.
Come on.
Lord Brigham Brackenstall. Lord Ramsay Brackenstall.
Okay.
Lord George Brackenstall.
Wow. You know what? I'm all for family and stuff, but I don't have these massive pictures of my relatives in my house. I don't know about you guys.
Baron Lyndon Brackenstall.
I didn't
The
realize that was
Brackenstall
a
family
thing.
seems rather austere.
Lady Brackenstall awaits you in the morning room.
Okay, which one's the morning room? Because I want to go in the other one. Door. And door. Okay, I don't want to go in the morning room. Darn it.
Ladies, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm assisting Inspector Lestrade in this investigation.
Mr. Holmes, I am the wife of Sir Eustace Brackenstall. We were married only a year ago.
I am sorry for your loss. Please accept my deepest condolences.
I suppose that it is no use my attempting to conceal that our marriage has not been a happy one. I fear that all would tell you that, even if I were to attempt to deny it.
Can you describe to me the events of yesterday evening?
Is it really necessary? I have already told Inspector Lestrade all that happened.
Yes, madam, it is.
I will tell you then. Sir Eustace retired about 10:30. I sat in this room until after 11, absorbed in a book. Before I went upstairs, I entered the dining room to fetch a candle and... oh God.
Please, go on.
As I approached the French window, I found myself face to face with an elderly, broad-shouldered man who had just stepped into the room. Close behind the first man, I saw two others. One of them struck me a savage blow with his fist and felled me unconscious to the ground.
And then?
When I came to myself, I found that they had secured me tightly to a dining room chair. It was at that instant my unfortunate husband entered the room.
He fought with the intruders?
Yes, I think he had heard them, for he was holding his stick. But they were three, and he eventually succumbed. One of them, the elder one, struck him a terrible blow with the poker. I fainted once more. When I opened my eyes, they had withdrawn. Then my brave Teresa came to my assistance.
I'm not sure how much I trust this brave Teresa already.
Did these three villains steal anything?
Yes, I found that they had taken the silver from the sideboard, but you can see for yourself in the dining room.
Bloodshot eyes. Oh.
You mentioned that your marriage was not a happy one. Was there anything specific that was troubling you?
He was not a nice man when he was drunk, and he suffered from dark moods, but nothing else.
The bruises on your hands are at least 1 week old. Your husband caused those bruises?
Oh, do you? Yes, he did. He was very angry at the time. Out of control. Again. Sir Eustace was a drunkard. To be tied to such a man for life is worse than death.
Your ladyship?
Alright, I'm going on record right now saying that I think she faked it. I think she had her trusty maid beat her up to make it look like the bad guys did it, but she actually killed her husband in revenge, and her maid helped her. That's what I'm going on record as saying right now. So before I talk to the maid, let's look around here for a second. Look for some picture. Scratches.
These scratches are most definitely made by the picture frame. This is Sir Eustace's safe. There may be something important inside. I must ask Lady Brackenstall to open it.
Alrighty. Good to know. Steal this.
This photograph of Lady Brackenstall and her maid Teresa was taken at a port, but which one?
Oh.
So the lady and her maid came from Australia a year and a half ago on this ship.
There you go. Hope nobody will notice. Okay. What do you got to say to Teresa, you suspicious-looking mongrel?
Teresa, I would like to hear your testimony.
Certainly, sir. As I sat by my bedroom window, I saw 3 men in the moonlight down by the lodge gate. But I thought nothing of it at the time. Oh, if I'd known.
And then?
I went to bed, and it was more than an hour after that I heard my mistress scream. And down I ran, to find her tied to the chair and him on the floor with his head smashed. That's all I know.
Lady Brackenstall, could you open this wall safe?
No, it is my husband's safe. I do not know the combination.
We have to open it. Your ladyship?
Alrighty. Well, we've questioned... Oop. Family business booming. The Randall gang is back on the street. Less than a fortnight ago, this infamous family of burglars, the Randalls as they're known, made their reappearance by way of a brutal but successful intrusion into one of the wealthier homes in Sydenham. The police are already on their trail. However, the details of the crime are being kept confidential, including that of the name of the victim. A witness was able to provide a precise description of all 3 men, and this will surely give the police a chance to complete their profile on this family of delinquents. We would take the liberty of reminding our esteemed readers about this highly dangerous band and to provide the full description as it's available at this moment. The gang has been in business for some considerable time, being a family of 3, a father and his 2 sons. The elder, Jack Randall, is a man in his 40s and already gray-haired, while of average height and build. Being the mastermind behind the burglaries, he retains control over his sons, both of whom are close in age, but very different in appearance. The first son, William Randall, is tall and broad-shouldered with a small, disproportionate head. The younger brother, Melvin Randall, is of a somewhat weaker constitution and is as skinny as a rake. The gang is wanted not only for their frequent thefts and break-ins, but for the exceptionally brutal pirate career they enjoyed before returning to England. Be alert. May your valuables stay safe. All right, they saw this article.
The Randall gang provided by Lady Brackenstall is identical to the one in the Times article.
Exactly. She saw the article. She said, you know what? Here's how I'm going to describe them. I already got this one solved. I got it. Criminals identified, and the Randalls were well known. Nailed that. The robbery was faked, and the whole story invented in order to blame Sir Eustace's death on the Randalls. That's what I think it is. Okay, I'm going with that for now. I could change my mind. Alrighty, so when we come back, we're going to continue investigating. We're going to go into the other room, see what Watts... Oh, wait, what?
Let us try to open this safe.
Okay.
This safe can be cracked. I only have to pay attention. The dial will vibrate when it is set to the correct number.
Alright, start rotate right. Was that the dial vibrating? I thought my controller would vibrate. Alright, confirm. Confirm. It's pretty easy. Where'd you go? Confirm. Oh. My gray matters. What I get that for? Finish 45 mini games and puzzles without skipping. Well, yeah. Alright, let's read this medical report. Sir Eustace, your current physical and mental state is of great concern. There are several signs of a hepatic decompensation. The last time we met, your eyes were bloodshot and your skin was tinged with yellow. There is a particular odor from your breath that's common in those suffering from liver damage. There are the lung abscesses that we've discussed. The leg cramps you've described to me are caused by an alteration into the nervous system, which in turn is caused by an excess of alcohol. That includes the tremors. And the wife beating, I bet. Your liver seemed excessively hard at the time of your examination, which is a sign of evolving cirrhosis. There are also signs of ascites, fluid in the peritoneal cavity, which are evident with your swollen stomach. The pain beneath your left rib indicates a pancreatic malady, which may lead to fatal and fulminant pancreatitis. Your condition may pose a risk to others. Your excessive alcohol consumption lowers your self-control and heightens your aggression. I'm available to help you with this problem. There are a number of treatment options. This seems too obvious. Do they want us to think that they faked this because he was a crazy alcoholic beater of peoples? All right, let's continue on. Anything else in here I can take? Money?
Antique coins, possibly of value, but they're scattered without care. It is common practice to keep one's valuables in a safe behind a painting. It should not really pose a challenge for a criminal.
I need to find where they hid that silver tray. I don't believe it's actually missing. The fact that they were like, no, it's missing, you can check. Alrighty, well, we've completed this investigation of this room. We'll go to the next room, talk to Watson. You have anything to say? Wait. Why is that letting me talk?
Sir Eustace's doctor speaks of his violent behavior.
Yes, Sir Eustace was an extremely violent man. A detestable human being, to be more precise. It is true that he once threw a decanter at me, and all because I dared to stand up to him in defence of my mistress. Sly devil. God forgive me that I should speak of him so now that he's dead. But a devil he was, if ever one walked the earth. We met him only 18 months ago. She'd only just arrived in London. Yes, it was her first voyage. She'd never been from home before. Wonder with his title and his money and his false London ways. If she made a mistake, she has paid for it, if ever a woman did. She doesn't have any friends here, so it was especially hard for her.
Yeah, there's no way they didn't do it, right? Is it just me?
Oh, what a horrible
just
thing
me?
to have happened.
From Australia, no personal life. Nailed that one. Lady Brackenstall married Sir Eustace shortly after arriving in England and remained at home during that time. There's little possibility she or her maid are acquainted with anyone in the country. Lady is acquainted with someone from the Rock of Gibraltar. Oh, I didn't even think that was a possibility. I didn't think about that. Right now I'm going with no acquaintance. But we can keep that Gibraltar in mind. Alrighty. Okay, I know I've said it before, but I think now we've finished in this room. We're going to go talk to Watson and find out what he's found. So we will see you guys in the next episode. All right? Take care. Bye-bye.